good morning everyone and welcome along. Today on this fine Mexican morning, just behind me is the sun that is rising. We are blessed with blue skies today. It should be very exciting. Today we're off to a place called Xplor, which is one of the Xcaret parks. It's the first time we've ever been. We've done Xcaret, we've done Xel Ha. It's the same company. They're both gorgeous, highly recommended. There will be videos in the link description below for that one. However, today is Xplor. It's a bit more activity based. We've got caves, ATVs, zip lines, and there's a new one which is a water slide, I believe. It looks quite tall. When we drove past it from the airport to the hotel, it looked huge. So we'll see how that goes. Cost of everything will be in the link below. So let's just go and enjoy ourselves today. Come with us. Right, before we go any further with the video, you must watch to the end, or skip to the end. Either one. It's very, very important that you do watch the end. It's got very important information in it, and I don't want it to ruin your day if you don't watch it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Help me also! Oh my.
So it's getting just past midday. I highly recommend you make your way to the El Oasis bar, where you will find some absolute stunning drinks. Very tropical. So let's stop, wet our whistle, give it 10 minutes, enjoy a bit of shade. Sadly, this is the very end of our day here at Xplor, and what an amazing place this is. This is tiring beyond belief. There is a lot to do, and even though it's a full day, there is very little time to do it. It's very sad that we're leaving, but it's been absolutely amazing. And we're just going to wait for this bus here. It's the most amazing American bus ever. Look at that, Freightliner. So yes, thank you very much for watching. So if you have made it to this far into the video, we are now here to tell you a few little interesting bits that not many people have pressed upon, spoken about, and I think it's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of hassle and a bit of money. Should you watch this, you will be well informed now.
So we found that there were certain activities that you can't do with glasses that are loose. Apparently your glasses needed to be secured by a strap or some sort of chain, presumably so they don't fall off during the activity. So that was the water slide and the zip lines.
Next is the lockers. You are provided lockers. They do give you a locker with a key. They are not very big, the lockers. However, my camera bag fits perfectly in it. Links in the description below for the particular camera bag that I'm actually using, and that'll be on Amazon, so you can see the size, the dimensions of type of bag that will fit. So I didn't actually measure the lockers at Xplor, but my bag fit perfectly. We were asked if we wanted 1 or 2 lockers. Now, I highly suggest that you go, even if you're a small family, get as many lockers as you can. If they suggest, do you want 1 or 2 lockers? Definitely want 2. Never say 1. Now, they do give you a key that's on an armband. It's well protected. It's on Velcro. You can't really lose it. It's very difficult to lose it. We did some good activities, and it stayed solid on my wrist. But when you actually go to the locker, there's 2 keyholes. The top one is like their master lock for the staff to be able to get in if you was to lose your key. The bottom one is for you to use your key. There was a number of people that actually jammed their key into the master lock and snapped the key. And actually, one person actually broke the barrel, didn't they? They actually pushed the barrel all the way through. So God knows how she did that. I will admit that it is very, it's hard to distinguish between the two because they're just two locks. But it's the top one on the locker is for the staff. It's the bottom one for you to use.
So obviously there are a lot of activities at the park, some of which we couldn't do on this occasion. Because of the amount of activities, and we were there on a quiet day, I think you would be really pushed to try and fit it all in one trip, and therefore you would have to look at the activities and decide what you really want to do the most, and from that work your way around the park. There is guides as to how busy different activities are, so you might have to swap it around a bit, but you may have to risk the fact that some activities you won't get to do. Now, what we didn't know until we went there was that the amphibious vehicles actually have 2 courses. They're both about 4.5 to 5 kilometres long, and depending on the speed you drive, take anywhere between 20 minutes to 40 minutes, I would imagine.
Yeah.
20, less than 20 when Colin's driving, probably nearer 40 when I'm driving.
And I'm sure you've seen that in the video as well.
But they were both great fun, and do both. Don't just pick one or the other. One was based around water and the other was based around caves and tunnels.
Yeah.
But both great fun to do. The one things that I wouldn't do again, and would say if you've got to cut out an activity, don't bother with the underground expedition, which is basically a walk through waist-high water in a cave. It's very hard underfoot, even with sea shoes on. You're not really taking in the environment, which is a cave of stalactites, because you're so busy looking where you're walking, trying to keep your footing, and it is a long walk. It's a lot of walking through a cave.
You spend your time looking at where you're going because it's so uneven.
Yeah, and it's just not pleasant. It hurts your feet. The only fun thing about it, about halfway round, there was a slide. We thought that was the end of the activity and were quite glad it was over and done with. The slide is just a very shallow, almost like plastic sheeting. Yeah. We went down together, as you will have seen. That was good fun. And we thought that was the end of the activity, only to find that actually we were only halfway round. Got round the corner and back in the water. You had to go to walk back again. Mm-hmm. If you haven't got time to do that, don't be disappointed, because it is a long activity and really don't get anything out of it. The river swim is much nicer. There's two options with the river swim as well. There's a 10-minute swim or there's a 30-minute swim. You do have to wear a life jacket because it is deep water, and you can just float if you want, or you can swim through. We did the longer swim, and it does take you through quite large caves in some areas. There are bats that might fly around, but most of the time they're just very high up, and you can see them, but they're just asleep. They're not really interested. But that was more of an interesting activity.
No, and this is recorded a day after we went, and my heels are still bruised. There's a lot of weight on my side and a lot of weight on my heels, and it's very hard to explain. It's like I was walking on a lot of teeth. The floor isn't just pebbles or anything, it's really nasty rock, and where you're not submerged in water, there's a lot of weight going on those feet. So yeah, my heels are absolutely battered, even with sea shoes, which, by the way, will be in the link description below. It'll send you to Amazon where you can get some sea shoes. So that brings us on to our next bit of information in regards me, and it is on the website. We didn't kind of realise this until we'd booked and paid for it, so it was a little too late, and it is on us, but we thought we'd let you know. Right, so the zip line has a weight and size restriction. The weight is 130 kilos. The size for the harness has got to go around your hips at 47 inches. I am lucky enough that I'm about 40 to 42 inches around the waist, so I got on fine there. But at 130 kilos, I was a few kilos over. And unfortunately, they are very strict with safety, which you can imagine it's a dangerous activity. So I wasn't allowed on the water slide or the zip line. However, we did get to do a lot of other activities. So just be aware that anything that includes the zip line or the water slides, including the new one, there is a weight restriction, and they are extremely tough on that. So I hope that's been really helpful to you guys. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. Do hit that like button and subscribe. Leave a little comment if you've been to Xplor and had any sort of problems, or what you thought of the park. But until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.